Walk past almost any house, and I'll bet you can spot at least 3 of these without slowing down. But here's the thing, a yard rarely looks cheap because of the house, the lawn, or the paint. It looks cheap because of the plants and the way they're planted. The wrong plant in the wrong spot quietly screams builder special, and your local garden center will never warn you about it because they make money every single time you pick the wrong one. So today we're counting down the 10 plants and planting habits that make your yard look cheap, from the small stuff all the way to the one tree that's so bad. Some states have actually banned the sale of it. Stick around for number 1, and do me a favor, drop your state or growing zone in the comments so I know who I'm talking to. Let's get into it. Number 10, knockout roses lined up in a single file row. Don't get me wrong, they're tough, and they bloom from spring to frost, which is exactly why you see them in front of every parking lot, gas station, and bank in America. And that's the problem. Planted in one straight line, your brain files them under commercial landscaping, not someone's home. The plant isn't the mistake, the arrangement is. Pull them out of that row and replant them in odd numbered clusters, 3s and 5s, with something lower and softer woven in front, like catmint or salvia. Same exact rows, but now it reads as a designed bed instead of a hedge a crew banged out in an afternoon. Repetition of 1 or 2 plants looks intentional. A single rigid line looks like the default. Number 9, one of everything. This is the trap for people who actually love plants. You walk through the nursery. Something catches your eye. You grab one, you bring it home, and then you do that 40 more times. The result is a chaotic patchwork where nothing relates to anything, and chaos reads as cheap no matter how nice each individual plant is. The fix the pros lean on is repetition. Pick a small handful of plants, 2 or 3 anchors, and repeat them in groups throughout the whole yard. That repetition is what gives a landscape rhythm. And rhythm is the thing that makes it feel calm, deliberate, and expensive. A collection of singles looks like a plant sale. A repeated palette looks like a plan. Number 8, plants marooned in a sea of mulch. This one isn't about which plant you choose. It's about spacing. One little shrub here, another one 3 feet away over there, and a giant blank field of mulch in between. Designers call this dots in a desert, and it's one of the most common cheap-looking mistakes there is, because the bed never looks finished. The fix is called massing. Group your plants close together in layers, tall in the back, medium in the middle, low and spreading along the front. Space them so they will just touch when they reach mature size. A bed where the plants grow together to cover the soil looks lush and established. A bed that's 80% mulch looks like the job was never completed. Number 7, the orange ditch lily. You know the one? That bright orange daylily you see growing wild along every roadside and ditch, which is exactly how it got the nickname. People pass clumps of it over the fence for free, which is the first clue. It reads as cheap because it is everywhere and nobody chose it on purpose. And it does not stay put. This thing has escaped gardens all over the country. It is on the do not plant lists in states like Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. And it spreads by underground roots into dense mats that crowd everything else out. If you want that pop of warm color, plant clump-forming perennials instead, coneflowers, black-eyed Susans, or named reblooming daylilies in a single intentional color. You get the color without the roadside look or the takeover. Number 6, a straight row of mismatched annuals. You've seen it. Red, yellow, purple, and orange, one of each color, marching single file along the front walk. It reads as cheap for one simple reason. There is no plan, so your eye has nowhere to rest. And the fix costs you absolutely nothing extra at the register. Pick 1 or 2 colors and plant them in masses. Big repeating drifts of the same thing instead of a rainbow line. A clean sweep of white or a block of deep purple looks 10 times more expensive than 15 plants in 15 colors. With annuals, restraint is the entire upgrade. Number 5, barberry. Those little red and burgundy shrubs are everywhere because they're cheap, tough, and survive anything. But here's what the garden center won't mention. Japanese barberry is invasive in around 32 states. Its sale is banned outright in places like Massachusetts and West Virginia. Research has tied its dense, thorny thickets to higher numbers of the ticks that spread Lyme disease. The branches hold humidity that ticks love. And on top of all that, it just looks dated, like a parking lot planting from 1998. If you want that deep red foliage, plant a little Henry IT or a compact 9-bark like Tiny Wine instead. Same rich color, none of the baggage. Now, quick. Before we get to the top 4, if your yard already has 3 or 4 of these, don't panic. You're already ahead of most people because now you actually know what to look for. And number 1 is coming up. It's a tree millions of people have planted, and some states will literally pay you to cut it down. Number 4, a solid wall of Leyland cypress. When you want privacy fast, this is what the garden center pushes because it grows 3 to 4 feet a year. Then reality sets in. It gets enormous, far bigger than people expect. It is prone to canker diseases that brown it out in dead patches, and bagworms move in and strip whole sections. And a big brown dead gap in your green privacy screen is honestly one of the cheapest looking things in any yard. Instead of one solid wall of a single fast-growing tree, stagger a layered screen, using green giant arborvitae spaced properly with a few hollies or wax myrtles woven in. You get privacy that's denser, healthier, and actually looks like landscaping instead of a failing green fence. Number 3, the burning bush. People plant it for that 1 week of screaming red fall color. The other 51 weeks of the year, it is a shapeless green blob. It also comes with real problems. It is considered invasive in around 21 states. Its sale is banned in places like Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire, and Minnesota. Birds spread its seeds straight into nearby woods. It is so overused it instantly dates a yard. For that same knockout fall color, deep reds and burgundies, plant an oak leaf hydrangea or an Itea Henry's garnet instead. You get the color, plus flowers and texture, and a plant that looks like you actually chose it. Number 2, fake plants and plastic edging. Plastic boxwoods flanking the front door, artificial flowers stuffed in the window boxes, and that thin black plastic edging snaking around every bed, faded, cracked, and popping up out of the ground after the first freeze and thaw. Nothing undoes curb appeal faster, because fake always reads as fake from the street, and real doesn't have to mean expensive. A few hardy perennials cost less than a single fake shrub, and they actually grow and fill in over time. Swap that plastic edging for a clean spade-cut edge or steel edging, which holds a crisp line for 10 years or more. This is the highest impact, lowest cost upgrade on the entire list. Number 1, the most common offender of them all, the Bradford pear. For about 3 weeks in spring, it is covered in white flowers, which is exactly why builders planted millions of them. But here is the truth. The flowers smell genuinely awful, like rotting fish. The branches are so weak that the tree splits itself apart in the first real storm. And it has become so invasive, choking out native trees, that states like Ohio, Georgia, and South Carolina have now banned its sale. Places like Missouri run buyback programs that hand you a free native tree to replace it. Nothing says cookie-cutter subdivision like a row of Bradford pears. Plant a serviceberry or a native dogwood instead. You get the spring flowers, you get real fall color, berries the birds love, and you get a tree that will not tear itself in half in 5 years. If you have a Bradford pear, consider this your sign to start planning its replacement. So there they are, 10 plants and planting habits quietly making your yard look cheap, and the simple swaps that make it look like you hired a designer. If you only fix one thing this weekend, make it number 2. Pull the plastic. Your future self will thank you. If this saved you from an expensive mistake, hit subscribe. This is Yardworthy, where we decode exactly what makes a yard look expensive, one fix at a time. I'll see you in the next one.